Right, I've got my good friend Dan McKinley here with me from Kedrion. Dan, it is great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us for Joint Health Conference.
Jonathan, it's such a pleasure to be here, and I think you know how much I care about this community, but also just the hope for hemophilia and the difference you make in this community is spectacular. So thank you so much for having me join you today.
Well, it's a real treat and a real pleasure. You and I have known each other for a long time, and it has been a wild journey that I hope we still have future opportunities to get in trouble in person. And I love being able to connect when we do. But one of the things I just appreciate about you so much, Dan, is that when I think about you, you have more than just product knowledge and understanding of what the medical aspect of the community needs, but you have a real heart and a real compassion for people in our community that is truly remarkable and truly unique. And so I just value that so much. And every time I get time to spend with you, I'm inspired because I know that you are so inspired by the hemophilia community and the bleeding disorders community.
Yeah, absolutely true. You know, people say, are you affected? And I'm really not affected by hemophilia directly, but I'm certainly invested in this community and the friendships that have grown for me, for my family over the years has been just absolutely amazing. And, you know, this journey of living with a disorder that affects you from the day you're born, yet over the years, I've seen people just truly with the great medications we have today, the phenomenal number of choices every patient, every family has to be treated in an effective way is truly difference making. And I think it's a great time to choose what's right for each individual, to be treated the right way, and to stay active and live a very full, normal life. It's a great time from that perspective.
So true. You know, one of the things that you and I were talking about, before this meeting was a little bit about how long you've been around the community.
Mm.
Not saying that you're of age, but you've been around the block a little while. And so, tell me a little bit about what the community looked like when you first started getting involved. 15, 20 years ago. What was it like when you'd go to a meeting or go to a conference and meet with patients, and how was joint health such a center focal problem within the community compared to the way it is now?
Well, first of all, you just called me old in about the nicest way as anybody's ever done it, so I appreciate that very much.
I'm here for you.
So, you know, in the early days of these treatments and before prophylaxis, we basically treated, by the event, and what that did is alleviated the pain and the discomfort from a bleed, but it didn't allow people to truly maintain their level of health and activity going forward. And I saw a lot of my friends that would get a target joint, would have significant damage to a joint over time, and obviously that limits their ability to move, to be active. Heck, there's young kids today that literally haven't had a major bleed, right? They play more sports, they're more active, and that's such a big difference in terms of the impact on this community, and the fact that people can now walk through an airport and nobody knows they have any disorder, let alone hemophilia, because they're able to maintain their physical stature and strength in such a good way. So I think the impact of all the choices that are available for people today allow them to manage their health, allow them to manage the level of activity which they live with day to day, week to week. And it's so good for these folks that they have the ability to just be as active as any normal non-hemophilia person can be. And we all know that whatever we all live with, the fact that your activity level has such a positive impact, not only on your mental health, but it has a tremendously positive impact on your ability to be active, to be involved, and to have very few limitations on what you can do from an exercise, from a fitness standpoint. It's really just a tremendously positive time right now from that standpoint.
That's so true. That's so true. Well, tell us a little bit. Maybe this is the first time people have ever gotten to meet you. And so they're joining us watching this interview and thinking, man, who is this guy? Tell me a little bit about where you're from and what your role is within Kedrion.
So I work for Kedrion Biopharma. We're a small Italian company, privately held. I'm the business unit director for hemostasis. So I've had an opportunity to work for a few different companies. And that's part of my involvement and my commitment to and again the building of great friendships that I've had in this community over the years. I'm based outside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but travel the United States with my sales guys as well as some of the marketing things. We've actually got an opportunity to launch another ultra rare disorder product in the next few months, which will be another tremendous experience that'll add to what we do from a hemophilia standpoint as Kedrion Biopharma.
Oh man, that's exciting. That's got to be really thrilling to be a part of that.
Absolutely, it's such a remarkable experience to be involved with folks that have a condition that is a lifetime condition, and we can contribute to making it so that they get to live as normal a life as anybody else can live. And it's a really great responsibility to take on for a company, and we're very, very excited about what we do.
That's incredible. And that's incredible. Well, tell me a little bit about, I know that Joint Health, as we're talking about it this weekend, you guys are going to be doing at least a session on this topic of how to keep your joints healthy. And so I know it's something that's near and dear to your heart. And I just want to invite people right now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, man, I haven't even heard of Joint Health Conference, I don't know what that's about. You can go to our website right now and you can register, and we will send you all of the links that you need to know exactly how to get involved. And so that you can come to Kedrion's presentation, learn a little bit more about what they're doing in the community and how they're helping people. But I wanted to ask you specifically, Dan, like you and I have talked about this a few times about how some people in our community now have been on prophylaxis treatment for a long time. They've been taking a certain regimen for a long time. And sometimes kids go to high school and mom and dad are still kind of taking care of them and making sure that all their joints are healthy and whole. And then they get off to college and they maybe don't stay as disciplined as what they were. And I don't want to talk about myself and my own college experience right now, but I know you probably had a similar, lack of discipline in college like I had. And so you come out of college sometimes with a lack of joint health. You come out of college with joint problems because you didn't stay as faithful and consistent because you weren't being taken care of. So I know that's a big passion of yours, is encouraging guys to stay focused and stay consistent. But tell me a little bit about your perspective on that and why specifically prophylaxis is so critical to helping people maintain their joint health.
Yeah, the longer you can live and move forward without a target joint or without an area that consistently bleeds over time, the better your chances of really, as you go out of your teenage and college years and into your middle-aged years, that you can retain a level. I mean, joint damage is not reversible, right? It's many of my friends have gone through joint replacement. Many of them have had to deal with issues that, quite possibly, had they managed through their college years a little better in terms of being compliant, in terms of taking the medicine as it's been prescribed or given them by their physician, can really, it may feel cumbersome to do that. I know friends that said, I'm tired of relying on infusing something, and I don't want people to see me. I just want people to know I'm normal. And I think that part of it is understanding and accepting you're normal as one that taking these types of medications and allowing you to be active and healthy and never develop a target joint allows you to kind of live this long, full life, and allows you to to truly enjoy, when you get to be a parent, what do you want to do with your kids? You want to go for walks. You want to have a catch. You want to be involved in their day-to-day activities. A little more discipline through the college years and the mid-20 years can really pay big dividends as you move forward, as your family and your life evolves.
That's so true. And I'm sure that I feel like I remember something about Penn State in here, but I'm just going to throw that out there. But, you might be able to cheer on your favorite football team and, and all of that, later in life because you did those disciplines now and you stayed consistent and faithful. And I know for me, one of the things has been having moments like this, having community, having friends, and having people that become closer in some ways than even your own blood family in this community that help to cheer you on and keep you going. And I think that's so important. And so we're always, asking people to get involved. And maybe you're watching this right now and you're thinking, man, I don't know anybody that has hemophilia. This is the perfect time to get connected, to jump into this conference with us and get to know people like myself, like Dan. We want to get to know you better and also help really understand what it is that you struggle with and what your story is, so that we can also maybe even share our story and share some of our success stories and help you be able to grow as an individual, because that's what's really, really important with staying healthy overall, but especially keeping, like you said, Dan, keeping your joints healthy as well.
Absolutely. It's a long walk up to that 110th row of seats. So the better you take care of yourself, you better make that walk in a very, very comfortable way. It's so
That's
true.
so true. So true. Well, Dan, thank you so much for joining me today and being a part of this and welcoming just all of our friends to join us this weekend as we move into our joint health conference. And we're looking forward to hearing more about what you guys are doing in your session. But again, just thank you so much for what you're doing in the community and all the benefits that you've done to be able to continue to help our community continue to be well and to have the advancements that we have today. So we appreciate all that you do.
Absolutely true. Thank you so much, Jonathan. And I wish you the best for a great conference. And I trust that Hope will continue to grow and evolve as such a fine, patient-focused organization that makes a difference in people's lives. That's really what it's all about. So congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we'll look forward to seeing you in person one of these days, hopefully sooner than later.
You bet. You bet.
All right.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Take care.
All right. Take care.